guys, welcome back. It's your girl Jazz, and today we're doing the comparison, as promised, between the Samsung Galaxy Pros versus the Samsung Galaxy Plus, which is the second version of Galaxy Buds that came out. Unfortunately, I have no idea where the first version is that I have, or even if I had them. All the buds blur together after a while. Let me start out before I continue on. There is a case on my Plus that does not come with it. I don't want you guys to think that it actually came with it. I had to get that separately because I needed to be able to keep track of it, which I haven't been able to find one with the Pros. Luckily, I'm grounded for a while, so I don't have to worry about losing them as much. Although I think I probably lose them more at home than I do anywhere else. All right, to start out, the Pros are the newest, greatest, absolute bestest version of Galaxy Buds possible, or at least that's what we hope, since it is the newest version. I did do a comparison between the Pros versus the Samsung Galaxy Live as well, so if you want to see that, it should be already uploaded. If not, the link is down below, so that way you guys don't have to search for it. To start out, the Pros are a whopping $199. However, I say that with a disclaimer because if you do have a tradable pair of earbuds, and I say tradable because they do offer a certain list, which I don't have it memorized, and since I just straight out bought these, I didn't really worry about that, what they had tradable. But if you have a tradable pair, you can get anywhere between a $20 to a $50 discount. They also have teachers, military, and other discounts, so that's something to look into instead of just going straight right off the bat or saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to go through Amazon or another source. So use Samsung as a reference first. And no, I'm not sponsored by them, although that would be nice one day, hopefully. But yes, all these products I do purchase on my own, so I have no association as of the date of the video with Samsung. Although you would think I did, considering how much Samsung products I have. I'm a Samsung person, what can I say? Also, I will be doing a comparison between, I'm going to do Pros versus Pros, which is going to be Apple AirPod Pros versus the Samsung Galaxy Pros. So make sure that you subscribe so that way you can get that coming up next. Galaxy Plus, even though it is a little bit of an older version, I still use these regularly, so. They do run about $149. They do have a tradable option for a $20 discount. Again, I'm not exactly sure what is classified as tradable because it may change from day to day. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know they offer that. I've been using these for at least 2 or 3 years now. I'm surprised they haven't died on me. One of the great things about Samsung Buds is that they do have a chargeable case. So if you're out and about and your earbuds die, just throw them back in the case and it'll charge, as long as the case has charge. Let me go ahead and throw that disclaimer in there because I don't want the case to be dead and they're like, well, why doesn't it work? It's got to be charged. Unfortunately, we have to throw in those disclaimers because there are people that will be like, I didn't know that you had to charge the case. But if you plug it in and sit them on the charger, both the earbuds and the case are going to charge, so you're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone regardless. Depending on how you use your earbuds, whether it's talking or streaming, it's going to affect the battery life. Unfortunately, fortunately, there is no noise canceling on the Plus. It didn't come until the later version. You don't have to worry about that killing your battery. You have between a 7.5 hours of talk time on a single charge up to a 15-hour charge time for if you include the case. So the case is going to double your charge. You talk along the phone, you got 7.5 hours to talk. If you just like me and you're just a streamer, 11 hours. So you get a significant amount of your, just using it to listen because you're like me, you don't have anybody to talk to. One of the great things that I do love about Samsung is they have on their app, their Galaxy wearable app, a Find My Buds. So if you do drop your case and whether you're at home or out and about and you can't find your other earbud, they have a feature on the app called Find My Earbuds, and you're just going to select that. Unfortunately, I've upgraded my app and the Find My Earbuds is acting kind of funny right now, so I can't demonstrate that. The Find My Buds are going to be for both of the buds. So as I mentioned, there is no noise canceling, but they do have something called Ambient Aware. It's going to be very similar to the active noise canceling, so it's going to kind of mute out or block out some of the surrounding noises that you're around. It does have 3 different levels, so you can have it on the highest level, which can be probably comparable, if not almost the same as the active noise canceling. And you do have high, medium, and low on the versions, and you just select it on the app itself. There are 5 different colors that the buds do come in. As you can see now, I have the black version, or the cosmic black as they like to call it. There is also red, white, cloud blue, then of course I mentioned cosmic black, and aurora blue. There's 2 different blues that are available. This does have a 2-way dynamic woofer and tweeter that is supported from AKG, which I believe Samsung owns now, which all of their earbuds do use the AKG technology for their sound. A couple of downsides about the Plus: if you do want to get a cheaper version of earbuds, it's going to be $150 with the possibility of a $20 trade-in value. One of the downsides about the Plus is that it does not support Bixby, nor does it have noise canceling, and lastly, the water resistance. It's only an IPX2. You're going to have to be very, very careful with this. Very, very light sweat, if not rain. So if it's raining, I would strongly suggest you put it in its case and put it up, because you don't want to get too damaged. So that's a few things about the Plus. Now we're going to move on to the Pros. So as far as the Pros go, we're looking at about a $200 value for the buds, but you do have between a $20 and a $50 trade-in value depending on what you have to trade in. This one does have active noise canceling. However, it's described as having a single tap. And I put that as a disclaimer because you are able to change the gestures on your earbuds using the Galaxy Wearable app. So if you want to have it the active noise canceling with the single touch, you can. However, if you want to have for Bixby, or if you want to have to change one earbud, have the volume increased, the other one have decreased, or play your music, whatever the case may be, whatever mix and match that you want to have, you can change that with the app on that. So technically, yes, you can have it that active noise canceling with single tap, but it is subjective because you can easily change that. One of the great things about the active noise canceling as well is that there are 2 different levels to it. You have a high and a low. So if you want a little bit more of an immersive experience and you really want to block out everything, you can have it set on high. If you're more in a active environment, maybe your work or something like that, you can easily change that and, you know, set it to lower or actually turn it off completely. These do have a 2-way speaker on it, which is one, as I previously mentioned, provided with the AKG technology. There is an 11mm woofer and a 6.5mm tweeter on these buds as well. They have more of a line compared to the Pluses, and I'll do a close-up picture so you can see the difference between the 2 as well. And the Plus has a design to it where they have what they call a air vent, so that way you don't have as much pressure in your ear. So a little bit better of a design. However, after I've used them for a while, it seems like the Pros don't stay in my ear as well as the Plus does, no matter which tip that I use, because this is removable, and they do have 3 different versions of it: small, medium, and large. And regardless of which tip I use, they still don't sit as nicely or as firmly in my ear, and obviously not as easy to take on and off. Take off is easy as putting back on. One of the great things with the Pros, they are better with water resistance. I do not say waterproof anymore, because even with the highest level of water resistance, none of them say that they're 100% waterproof. Now with the Pros, you can have them submerged in up to 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes, and they're fine. You don't have any problems or anything like that, versus the Galaxy Plus, you can't really get too much water on, otherwise they're completely ruined. Fortunately, I haven't experienced that yet, so they still work for me. One of the great things about Samsung earbuds, if you have Samsung products such as the phone, the tablet, or anything like that, as soon as you open up the case, they do what they call auto switch, and it automatically connects with your approval, of course. So if you have a friend that has Samsung and they want to use your earbuds, which I personally wouldn't, but that's just me. So turn off your Bluetooth first, so that way it doesn't automatically connect to your phone. Let your friend use it, or relative, whoever it is that's using your earbuds. Open up the case it'll automatically ask you to connect. So that's one of the great things. You don't have to worry about, you know, is it the compatibility or how easy or difficult it is to connect on both Plus and the Pros. Once again, the Pro does use the Find My Buds feature on the app, as well as the battery life, which is going to range anywhere between 5 hours up to 28 hours using the case. So with the talk time, you have anywhere between 5 hours up to 17.5 hours strictly just talking on it and using the case charger. Keep in mind, if you do have active noise canceling on, that is going to kill your battery quicker as well. So if you're a streamer like I am, where you're not really talking on the phone too much, you can get anywhere between 8 hours up to 28 hours with the noise canceling on for 8 hours on a single charge, up to 28 hours without the noise canceling and using the case as a charger. One of the great things about the Pros is that if you're like me and you're adjusting your earbuds, regardless of whether they sit there perfectly or not, every now and then you just need to adjust them a little bit. Maybe you forget you're wearing them, take them out, put them back in. I have a horrible habit of just adjusting them and end up either hanging up if I'm on a call, pausing the song, whatever the feature, whatever gesture I have it set on, it ends up doing it, especially pausing my music. So one of the great features that they have now is that you can block the touch gestures. So if you have your playlist on perfect, the volume on perfect, and you just want to zoom in on your work, great. Turn off the block features, or if you just want to strictly use your phone, whatever the case may be, you don't have to worry about hanging up on anybody or having that, because you can block your touch, and that's on both of the earbuds, not just the Pros. One of the great things that I discovered, well, great-ish things that I've discovered about the Pros is that it does have a voice detection for your active noise canceling. So if you want to turn it on and kind of block out the world, but if you're at work, I would suggest turning that on, so as soon as someone approaches you, start talking to you, the active noise canceling will turn off, so that way you can hear whoever's speaking. And the reason why I say it's a great-ish is if you're like me and you love to sing your song and you have that on, you're not gonna be able to hear your music because it's detecting a voice. So it's automatically going to turn off the noise canceling. So if you are a singer and you don't really need to worry about another voice or anybody talking to you or anything like that, I strongly suggest turn that off, because you won't be able to hear your music. And I speak from experience, by the way. I had turned it on just to kind of test it out, and then I started singing my music and I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. So last but not least, I'm gonna talk about the color options for the Pros. As you can see, I have the Phantom Black color that it comes in. There's also Phantom Silver and Phantom Violet, which you can see right here. You don't want to do all black earbuds. Clearly I do. I think at the time that was the quickest one available to be shipped to me, and so that's part of the reason why I chose it. So overall, as far as the sound goes, they're pretty equivalent. I didn't notice a significant boost or distortion or anything like that between them. Now I'm pretty sure at this point in time you're like, okay, I've heard all the details and everything like that. Which one would I prefer? They're both great earbuds. The reason why, what makes the difference on whether I like the earbuds or not is, first of all, we're talking about cost. If it costs too much, I'm not interested, or I can't afford it. What's the point? Second is the sound good? Is it, is it distorted or, too loud, airflow, all that stuff, and then comfortability. Overall, I want to say that the Pros are the best. Because of the features that they have is the reason why I would choose the Pros. Because you have the active noise canceling, you have the Bixby, which I really don't use, but looking at all the advancements, the Pros are going to be your best bet. If you're not interested in using some of the Bixby, active noise canceling, water resistance, if you're not using any of those and those don't matter to you, the Plus would be just great earbuds for you. They're going to be cheaper, they're more simplistic, but if you want more of the features to it, such the active noise canceling, your best bet is going to be your Pros. I go back and forth between using them. I don't have a preference on which one sounds better, which one works better, or anything like that. in this battle between the two, it's going to be a matter of personal preference and how much they're willing to spend. Whether the features are important to you or not, that's going to make or break it, because at the end of the day, they do sound very, very similar. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. But of course, I would personally go with the newer ones because they have more features and the active noise canceling. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try my best to answer them if I can. If not, just say hi, because I love hearing from you guys. In the meantime, stay tuned and stay jazzy. Thanks for watching, guys.